This is Amy Villa, and I will demonstrate how to request outside PIU credits using Eduphoria Workshop. Please log in to Eduphoria by going to prestonwoodchristian.schoolobjects.com. Once you log in using your PCA email address, you will select Workshop. In Workshop, in order to create a request for optional PIU credits, you will select My Portfolio. Down here at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll notice that you have some options here. You'll want to select Add New Portfolio Entry. You'll notice that there is a new portfolio entry wizard that opens up. Now, there are three types of entries that you can request. The first one listed is outside workshop or conference. The second one is college course. The third one is other. I will demonstrate an example for other. Notice that when you're in workshop, the navigation is usually located in the far corners. See this button here called Next. I'll click that. I'm going to submit a request for monthly exercise. Once you fill out the title for the entry and a short description, click on Next. Now, submit the entry dates. For exercise, it would be the beginning of the month, ending on the last day of the month. Again, the next button is in the bottom right-hand corner. This is very important. The next screen you'll come to is the district credit. The question is, would you like to request district credit for this entry? The answer is yes. Click on the next button. Most all of your outside credits will be the optional PIU credit type. Some will be the curriculum and instruction required. An example of that would be if you are required for outside training and you are instructional, then you would select that. This example would be optional PIU credits. Next screen is Submit Request for Credit. Now, for all of your outside optional PIU credits, you must provide documentation. Please have your documentation prepared before you request credit. At this point, this question is, would you like to submit your request for credit now or at a later time? Submitting at a later time will allow you to modify the information in this wizard and file attachments. Every request does require documentation, so your answer is at a later time. Create entry, click on the Finish button in the bottom right-hand corner. Now here's my portfolio and monthly exercise. I've clicked on that. And you can see there's some options up here: save, submit for approval, or delete entry. Right now I have created the entry, but I need to document a little bit more so that I can submit for approval. I'm going to click on the Notes tab, and you'll see there is a text box here that I could type some information in, or if this was an entry that required a file attachment, I could do so by clicking on the paperclip, finding my file, and attaching. For monthly exercise, though, I'm just going to type here in the text box. So just a short description. Now that I have documented how I exercise for this specific example, I want to save that. And now I will go ahead and submit for approval because I have documented what I needed to. All right, and you can see there's a status here. Credit has been requested and is pending approval. Now let me show you how to request optional credit for something different, like a book review. I'm going to click on Other, Next, and then I'm going to put the title of the book right here and the word review. And then I may put a little bit here, some kind of documentation on the book. Next, when did I read the book? Say I read that in July. Started in July on the 1st and finished on the 11th. Would I like to request district credit? Yes. Now we have to select which credit type is appropriate for this specific request. And for book reviews, it would be an optional PIU credit. And again, refer to your staff module for the actual number of points that you may request. Next. On this screen, you will choose Add a later time after I modify the entry so that you can provide your documentation. And create the entry. Click on the Finish button in the bottom right-hand corner. Now you will see this specific request, so I'm going to open that up. The status of this is credit has not yet been requested for this entry. We need to add our documentation, so we'll click on the Notes tab. And here is where you would write your book review if you would like, or if you've already created that in a Word document, you would click on the paperclip, browse your computer, locate your document, and then attach your file. And that's it. You would save, submit for approval. Now you've noticed the status has changed. Credit has been requested and is pending approval. Now once your requests have been reviewed and approved, you will be able to click on them and you will see the status change. And it will say that credit has been granted.